All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2018 playoffs are here. We are 100 kilometers north of the Brisbane CBD. We have traveled to the Sunshine Coast for the playoffs this year. 2 days back to back. Women's, men's, and Colts and juniors over 1 weekend here at the Sunny Coast at Sunshine Coast Stadiums. We are kicking off today's action with the women's division. A battle between second and third. The Griffith Uni Thunder taking on the Gold Coast Stingrays, a rematch of the 2017 semi-final, which unfortunately was called due to weather. But ladies and gentlemen, look at the sky above you. Weather will not be a factor today. We will be leaving it to the players on the field. I'm Kenny Andres. I will be your play-by-play throughout the day, and starting for the women's game, my color commentator, the combatant for one of these two teams in 2 weeks, Gerard Fitzpatrick. Thanks for your company, mate.
Not a problem, Kenny. Pleasure to be here.
We got two teams who know each other well. They would have played each other 3 times this season. The washout made that 2. But out of those 2 games, the Thunder have the edge in week 2. They won 34 points to 6. And in week 5 at Mitchelton, we saw a 12-12 draw between these two teams. Honestly, mate, but even dating back to last year, I can't make heads or tails between these two teams.
No, I have no clue. It's going to be a hard game. I think it might come down to the fourth quarter.
Most certainly, we're seeing the coin toss now. Both the captains, or all of the captains, I should say, both teams. Lauren Evans, Tiafi Thurston, Ashley Brewer, and Tammy Mama Napier for Gold Coast.
All right. Welcome. Congratulations.
We'll go to the coin toss now.
Finals football, we've played the same conditions all year. We're playing 8-minute quarters.
And, well, the coin toss happening now will remind you of the Thunder captains, Amanda Ewers, Klukas, Beck Hirsch, and Casey Cubis, who I saw warming up at quarterback today, Gerard.
Tails, I'll let her go.
Yeah, and last week she played quarterback as well. So I'm kind of expecting her to be starting.
We'll defer, thank
It
you.
has been an interesting case.
You have the first half option. What would you like to do?
We'll run that way.
Run that way? Would you like to kick or receive?
And more back to us, back in the booth now. We heard an interesting option there. The Stingrays had the option. They chose which end zone to defend.
Turn to face your respective directions, please. Yeah, I know. Thunder have won the toss, elected to defer. Stingrays will receive the ball.
Correction on that, there was actually a deferment from the Thunder who won the toss there. I thought for a second that the Stingrays won the toss and opted to pick a side, which is unusual for the your first half decision. But alas, it has been the Thunder who have deferred. They will get their option in the second half. The Stingrays will be receiving. They'll be running from the southern end here at Sunshine Coast Stadium for your 2018 Southeast Queensland playoffs. Gerard, mate, you've had to prepare and coach against both these teams. Mate, let's start with the Gold Coast Stingrays. Offensively, what are we looking at?
We're looking at Riley Hodgson. She can catch the ball deep. She gets short yards and she can make people miss. So she's going to be a weapon for the Rays. With the Thunder, it's going to be interesting because we're not 100% sure who's going to be quarterback until the game kicks off.
Exactly right. I mean, they have been switching quarterbacks all season. Predominantly, it was Amanda Ewers, but in all games that we covered on GQ TV, it was Casey Cubis who started at quarterback. Amanda Ewers becoming very useful at the running back and wide receiver positions. They managed to find production no matter who was taking snaps, so I guess it's just 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Defensively for the Thunder, they got plenty of athletes, including 2 athletes who were away for Rugby Sevens last week, back in the lineup today. And let's see the 2018 playoffs get underway. And there we go, kicked off. Florida sends us underway. Riley Hodgson, the lady you discussed just moments ago, returning the ball here for the Gold Coast Stingrays and doesn't get past the 30. That's a great tackle there by Liz Patu. One of the players has said, returning from Rugby Sevens is a special teams dynamo.
Yeah, it is. Gutsy move by the Thunder to kick it straight to Riley on the opening play.
And well, they're back in their kickoff unit, and Lisbeth too, who is usually one of the first players down there for the Thunder whenever she's available for them. She is a fantastic open field tackler. I'm feeling we're going to see a lot of that today, depending on which side of the ball they play her. Right now, she's on the sideline. In motion is Dargy. Lauren Evans with her offense. First play of the game. It goes to Jensen, who's back from a short trip to Vanuatu, back in the starting running back role. She takes a toss out to the right and maybe gets half a yard. And it's short yardage, albeit positive yardage for the Stingrays on their first play.
Positive yardage in your first play is a good start.
Jensen starting batting right. Last week it was Anna Owani, who is a key inactive today, unfortunately, and our heart goes out to her. She is away for an overseas funeral. Could not be with her team today. She'll be a huge loss. Evans over the middle for Hodgson. She picks up her first catch, takes a solid hit, but holds on to the ball. Oh, wait a minute. As we're seeing our state treasurer and president for Gridiron Queensland giving us a friendly wave. We've also seen our first flag.
Personal foul, face mask, number 27 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic, first down.
Old teammate Shanna Price there, pinned for a face mask on Riley Hodgson. Attack on 15 yards to that great catch from Hodgson.
That was a great catch. Had to come back for it.
First down inside Thunder territory now, thanks to that last face mask penalty. Evans has got group protection. No, she's rushed now and is taken down by Meadow Loano. As well as number 29, Puka Kala, last year's Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Lauren done well to step up in the pocket, but the pocket collapsed very quickly.
They've got some considerable athletes on this front four of the Thunder, and they're not afraid to use them, are they, Gerard?
No, and Meadow is nominated for Defensive Player of the Year or MVP or whatever the awards were for.
She has been noted as one of the defensive MVP candidates, absolutely. And with this double tight set, once again, Jensen will take her second carry. And this Thunder defense makes her work for every yard, actually turns it into a solid gain, all things considered, but it still brings up third down. We've got third and approximately 12 or 13. First third down conversion of the day. Conversion attempt, I should say.
So really, they've got two more shots at this. But you've got to think there's going to be a pass.
No, Evans is one of the more noted passers in this league, the All-Australian quarterback. One of the longest starting quarterbacks, actually the longest starting quarterback in Gridiron Queensland. She's passed into Dargy. Dargy can't make that happen. And that is incomplete on third down. We've got fourth, of course. Anytime we're talking offense inside the opposition territory, particularly at Niner side, we're talking fourth down territory. It doesn't look like Fuller's moving. Well, Fuller's moving to the back of the huddle here. So it looks like they're going to punt this away.
Playing it safe in the opening drive.
Of course, this is fake territory. Fuller, back at punter. Puts it up. Will this hold up? Looks for a friendly bounce. She's going to get one. And Fuller manages to place this at the 5. Fuller, who in chats with me said she was a little conscious about her punts. She pulls a good one out there on the first punt of the 2018 playoffs.
I like big punts and I cannot lie.
Well, I'm sure Fuller appreciated that one too. That's a great punt there, and that'll make the Thunder go a full 85 yards to get their first touchdown on the board. Of course, I say 85. The fields we play on here in Gridiron, Queensland are 90 yards, taking 10 yards away from middle of the field. It'll be a run to start the offense for the Thunder. It's Liz Patu, who had a fantastic tackle to start the game. She gets her first carry there, but the Gold Coast Stingrays do a solid job. Limited to 1 yard.
Got away from the first tackler, but safety came in, Tiafi Thurston, and wrapped it up.
Well, she's a real utility, whether she's playing running back or linebacker or anywhere in special teams. Australian rugby superstar. As we see Cubis go for a first pass, looking deep, and it's incomplete. Pass intended to number 87, Sunshine Lawrenson.
Cubis will be frustrated with that. She read that pretty well. Good pass. She just didn't come back for it.
She had 1-on-1 on the outside there. Hits the outside of the defender. And we are confirming that it is Cubis starting at quarterback today. I see you as far side wide receiver. And Cubis will keep this one. She's got defenders in front of her though, and one of those is Ashley Brewer, who takes her down at the 11 on third down. Looks like they'll be forcing the Thunder to punt this back.
Yeah, they really made them pay by making them start in their own 5. I know when you're coming back on to start with offense, once you get pinned back in your 5, it completely changes your game plan.
Throws out a few plays. And Cubis, well, she's also their punter, an AFL representative as well. This punt is decent. It'll get them past halfway. Hodgson will pick it up. No, yes, she will, and will pick up a yard. Some dangerous times there.
I don't know if you want to be doing that in a knockout game.
Well, this has moved them back into their own territory. So the Stingrays will come back on after a 3 and out. Conservative play call there on third down to go with the quarterback keeper.
I don't know if it was meant to be a quarterback keeper. I think Lauren just read it. Not Lauren.
Wrong quarterback, mate. Cubis.
The 2 tall quarterbacks.
They are indeed the 2 tallest quarterbacks in Gridiron Australia as of the last WAGL anyway. First down, Stingrays. Lauren Evans is back. As is Jensen. The snap was early though, so we'll go straight to Jensen whether it was meant to or not. She'll fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost half a yard.
That was a great heads-up play by number 14. Jensen?
Yeah, Kelsey Jensen, rookie running back. Canadian running back. Headed to Vanuatu for visa purposes last week, but is back here for the playoffs. Cody Fuller, near side wide receiver. Riley Jensen with 8 touchdowns to her name on the far side. They'll go for a shovel pass to Doggy. Doggy can't get a whole lot. It is read well there by linebacker Lisa Tuiloma.
I think Lisa's a rookie this year, but
She is.
had a phenomenal year.
Certainly has. It got her first start on Gridiron Queensland TV back in, I think it was week 6.
I know number 8 is a number that I look for when we're playing against them.
Certainly can go sideline to sideline. Evans looking long now over the middle to Doggy. Doggy's got it. We'll get close to the first down. I think she's got it. She's being marked down short, but from my angle, it looked like she was over. Let's see where the end of progression is given.
From my angle, her knee was down and then she dived forward.
Well, you might be right
Yep.
there.
It happens a lot, Kenny.
You know what we have a note to see? Cheeky. We don't see the old the chain measures anymore. Don't see a lot of it.
There's not really a lot of plays that are that close.
I want someone to bring out the credit card. 4th down. Doggy was short by inches. Now, here we go. Evans under center. Will she
Maybe
just
a sneak?
it? Yes,
Yep.
she will. And she's got it. Good play calling there by the offensive play callers for the Stingrays. Which is a combination now, actually, between head coach Christine Schultz, and quarterback herself, Lauren Evans. Wouldn't be surprised if Evans just called her own number there. First down, Stingrays. Ball now on the 35. Evans with 3 wide receivers. She wants a slant. She's being pressured, though. She rolls out, looks to her right, finds Hodgson with a fantastic catch above over her head. Good job by quarterback and receiver to make something happen there.
Yeah, she turned that 5-yard sack into a big play.
Puka Kala there with the angle, but a nice spin move by Evans. Allowed her to get that ball out. That's throwing to her offside as well.
If she's throwing to Riley, just throw it up. Riley will get it.
She'll find a way. 2nd down and short. Short 2. 4 wide receivers now by Evans. Evans
Having a chat to running back, so this will probably be a run play.
Oh, it's not. It's a
pass to a
pass,
running
and
back.
it's a short pass to Jensen. A nice little route there from Jensen gets them the first down. A good check off there by Evans. You said it yourself. She was having a chat to the Jensen there. Probably just said, hey, we see some space. Go for it. It's a good drive here by the Stingrays. Inside the red zone now. Ball on the 17. Still 0-all. Close to the end of the first quarter here. 57 seconds remaining in the first. And is that a timeout called?
Yeah, this is an injury timeout. It looks like Beck Hirsch, and I think it was her shoulder she was holding.
She's been looked over there by coordinator and also probably team physician in Rachel Dutremend. And interesting, inactive again, Kathleen Prothero still not playing for the Thunder. Has missed quite a few games this season. Obviously that trend looks to continue.
Yeah, I think she's out with a shoulder injury at the moment.
Injury time out there to the Thunder. Goes a second to assess things. First down here for the Stingrays. Inside the red zone of the Thunder. 0-all, 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter of our first game here in the 2018 SEQ playoffs. Sponsored by Tribe Sport. Evans with 2 split backs. She'll give it to Jensen. And Jensen will fight forward.
I think she was stopped at the line of scrimmage there, just kept her feet moving.
Yeah, she hasn't been tackled for a loss yet. Taken about 5 carries and had a couple of half-yard gains, 1-yard gains, but yet to be taken down behind the line. We'll see if they get this play off. They should get this play off before the end of the quarter. 2nd and 6. Evans surveys the left side of the field. Will throw to her right. She wants the slant, won't get it. Coverage is too tight. Shayna Price covering Hodgson on that play, and that'll fall incomplete, bringing up 3rd down.
Going back to her favourite target, Riley, but she's not that tall.
3rd down and 6. Paul on the 13 following the Jensen run 2 downs ago. Fuller yet for a catch. Left side wide receiver. Aiming for Fuller now. Back at the end zone. She's got it.
That was too easy.
The soon-to-be Seattle Majestics tight end picks up her 7th touchdown of the season.
Gold Coast done well to fix their last mistake without that backside protection. They sent the running back. Gave Lauren plenty of time.
Fuller really becoming a red zone threat for the Stingrays. Now let's see if they go back to her. She's also got 8 conversions on the year. They will pass. Evans under pressure, taken down by Ware. Rochelle Ware taking her down in the 2-point conversion attempt, keeping the score at 6-0 at the end of the first quarter.
That quarter went pretty quick.
How about Rochelle Ware off the edge? I mentioned it before, but she's predominantly a linebacker, but just that general quickness of the edge, she ended up finding herself a defensive end during the WAGL. just to get after the passer.
Yeah, she played quite well when she was at defensive end.
Defensive end, outside linebacker, and all these new blitzing packages nowadays, there really isn't a whole lot of difference, is there, on passing situations anyway?
And realistically, with 9 men, outside linebacker, D end, it's really a hybrid.
It's just whether you prefer sticking your hand in the dirt or not. Well, yeah, that was the end of the first quarter. The Stingrays getting in the dying seconds of the first. And the touchdown scorer, Fuller, will be back to kickoff. Usual kickoff starter is Danielle Pardo, but she's also one of the players unfortunately injured in the game last week. Tore her calf, which is disappointing. She started her rookie season on the injury list for the year, had a great year this year, and unfortunately finished it the way she started her footballing career. So fingers crossed she can recover and she'll be back even better for 2019.
Yeah, she was a player that was really notably improving as the season went on. But let's see, Cody's got a bit of a leg, see if she goes deep or tries onside.
Stingrays have probably tried more onsides than any other team in the women's division this season. And she will go deep, but it will fall at the 25 and take a, well, I was going to say friendly, make that an unfriendly bounce for Ewers. First time I've called her name today. She finds a little bit of space in between the defenders, and late flags come flying in at the opposition 40.
In this position, what do you think? Blocking the back.
Well, let's see if we can spot it on replay here.
I forgot we've got replay.
And, oh, I can't spot anything there. Oh, maybe
Oh,
a late
face
face mask right there. There it is. See the call.
During the return, personal foul, face mask. Number 12 on the kicking team, 15 yards from the end of the run, results in first down.
Good starting position for the Thunder. Bit of a silly penalty. She was already tackled when the face mask.
So, well, they've both got a face mask penalty now. So, Mika Dagi pinned both the 12, I believe. No, it was Shayna Price, wasn't it, for the Thunder? Sorry, Meadow. First down and 10. The Thunder starting pretty much where the Stingrays started their last touchdown drive. Here goes Liz Batu with a spin move, beating Briscoe. Now she's got some space. She's broken through the secondary. Can she get to the end zone? Will be stopped a yard short. Batu with a run that will set them up inside the 5.
She made that first person miss and found space. And also a quarterback change.
Amanda Ewers. Well, they started with Cubis, and they will interchange into Ewers now. So will we see a quarterback by committee? Ewers still in the game with Batu. Will they just feed her again? And they will go the option, but this play will be called dead.
I think that was a false start.
Yeah, we see flags on the far side, and we're getting the false start signal.
Right to the snap. False start. 83 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Thank you, Andrew Cavalier. Laura Newell pinned for a false start on that play.
Linebacker just showed blitz, and offensive line was a little bit jumpy.
4 wide receivers now. Ewers. Well, they had the read option going last time. Let's see if they stick to it. Ewers will give to Batu. Tripped up at the line, and I think that might be one of the defensive players of the year nominations. The rookie, Hinamor Barbrich, tripping up Batu at the line.
So we saw Batu ball through people and get tackled with an ankle.
Well, that's, to be fair, I think that's a very, very strong right arm of Barbrich. 6-0 of Thunder, trying to change that. 3 receivers to the right this time. And Ewers fumbles, picks it up, and Briscoe has a good hold of her, and she'll Stop the play there. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Well, I think some of the risks of changing quarterbacks sometimes, timing and rhythm changes at the exchange.
It does, but Amanda has played most of the year at quarterback, so she'd probably have more of that chemistry with the running backs.
We've got 3rd and goal ball at the 9. Spread set, 2 receivers, either side. Batu in the backfield, they'll go speed option. Ewers will pitch this to Batu. Batu will meet the converging defense. No, it breaks out of their tackle. What an effort by Liz Batu. Touchdown Thunder.
And again, they didn't go for the shoelaces and couldn't stop her.
Well, Ewers is very patient, gets it out as late as she can.
Tackle was just a little bit too high there. Need to get down around the legs. Liz just kept her legs driving.
Pat unfortunately ruins her vision there, but jeez. She doesn't like stopping at first contact. Now the Thunder with the opportunity to take the lead. Ewers sees some space, spies it, and will take it herself and takes the lead with a 2-point conversion. And a late flag.
Yeah, that was pretty blatant. It's almost 5 yards into the end zone.
And she's good at that, and look, that's Doggy. Might be picking up her 2nd penalty of the day. Former Stingray. Oh, and we're about to get a call here from Andrew Cavalier.
Personal foul. Face masking on the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The try was successful.
There it is, our 3rd face mask penalty of the day.
I think that was lucky to just be a face mask. I thought that would have been unsportsmanlike.
And well, Doggy's going to watch herself here, because by my count, I think that's her 2nd face mask penalty of the day. If memory serves correctly, she was the one who got pinned on the kickoff. 8-6 the score now, in favour of Griffith Uni Thunder, thanks to the Liz Batu touchdown and the Amanda Ewers conversion. A kick here from Floridas, and her knee was down there. Jensen, a bit of inexperience showing.
Yeah, she really should have just let that go to Riley.
Sometimes in your first year, sometimes it's hard to remember that once your knee is down in contact with the football, you are constituted as tackled. And they're actually changing the ball here and about midway through the 2nd quarter. So, Evans has scored on her last drive with a 11-yard strike to Fuller. Resumes again. They give it back, this time to Brewer, taking her first carry of the day. And struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. Might have actually lost a yard.
I think this is their worst starting position of the day so far.
And no, check that. My angle's bad. She craned a yard.
Had to go through one of her own players.
Sometimes it's the fastest route.
That player will probably hustle a little bit more next time.
2nd down. 9 yards. And this time, the Thunder front 4 show up. Denied Jensen. Jensen still manages to fight forward for another yard, though.
Yeah, not having a lot of success up the middle against this D line.
Third down now. Looking at about 6, maybe 7 yards. Ball on the 19. Hodgins to the right. She runs a slant and go. Should be looking for Doggy though. On the intermediate route, can't find her. That'll bring a 4th down, and Fuller will be sent back out to punt.
Riley had a little double move there, but it was good coverage, didn't fool them.
Talk coverage to me, coach. The Thunder. What's their general go-to pass coverage?
Probably say cover 1.
The man coverage all across. Fuller had a great punt to start her day. Let's see, she comes for punt number 2. Almost gets blocked. It'll be bouncy. It'll be Rochelle Ware back to field this one, but she loses her footing, and Riley Hodgson downs this one at the 44, opposition 44.
Yeah, got good height on that punt and an awkward bounce.
So, defense stand there for the Thunder. They have an opportunity now to add to this 8-6 lead midway through the second quarter.
Coming back out with Amanda at quarterback.
They'll stick with the last successful drive. Stingrays show blitz. And Ewers will keep this and will throw this to Roberts. Roberts has got it over the middles, now fighting for more yards. Picks up the slant and grabs an extra couple of yards afterwards.
It was a good catch, and they're getting a lot of extra yards due to missed tackles.
Little RPO action there from the Thunder. That's enough to move the chains. First down, Thunder. Ball now on the 36. 3:51 and counting. Receivers
in at tight end.
Here goes Liz, and that's a great tackle from Barbrich again. Right now, proving to be the kryptonite to Liz Spato's Superwoman.
And they're really showing how to actually bring Liz down. Just tap her on the shoes.
She's wearing big, bright green ones as well. As for the people blocking for her, I saw Kate Bennett in the tunnel before the game. She got off her plane 3 hours ago after a holiday in the States. The young Queensland representative Ewers looking to pass over the middle, overthrown. This will fall incomplete. Pass was intended to Sunshine Lawrenson on that play. That'll bring up a 3rd and long situation here.
I think that was a good result for the Thunder. There was lots of blue jerseys in that area.
Well, last time they were in a hostile situation, Rochelle Ware pinned her ears back, as did Pukakala. I'll get sorry, my apologies, wrong team. Barbrich will get an opportunity, along with Mandy Porter, the two sisters. Juanita Hall also lined up on the edge. They'll go speed option. Ewers will fake it. She'll keep it. Now she'll pitch it. And she's got Patu. It was a great pitch. Patu inside the 20, still fighting for yards. Now at the 15, falls over probably at the 14-yard line.
That was great work by Liz Patu to just keep that distance and following down the field.
That pitch man or the pitch woman and running back relationship is so hard to keep once that play develops as long as it does. And they did a good job over there, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. They've probably practiced this quite a bit. She's got the legs to keep up.
Ball on the 14. Inside 3 minutes now, left in the half. Ewers looking for end zone, throwing end zone, and it's bounced off the hands of Cubis and almost intercepted by Tiafi Thurston. Fortunately for the Thunder, however, falls incomplete.
The ball was there, then Cubis had the height. It's good coverage, though.
The height of Cubis, such an advantage in the red zone. Roberts too. Even Sunshine Lawrenson doesn't look like she's vertically challenged either. And this time, Ewers wants quick to the left, and it's fantastic coverage on Cubis by Hodgson. To defend a Queensland wide receiver, they put a Queensland wide receiver on her.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Riley. That would have got them a first down with 4 plays to get in the end zone.
Well, she's a talented wide receiver, but she's certainly, as we see a timeout now to the Thunder, we certainly see she's certainly made herself a name for herself on defense as well. 5 intercepts on the year, 4 of those returned for touchdowns.
Yes, I know.
2 minutes 35. We're going to go for a quick break. Be right back.
Omaha! Face! Good! Move 20! 50's right. Move! Good! Omaha! Good! Then down! 50's right!
And that was a short timeout break there, thanks to our friends at Tribal Sport, our official clothing supplier for Gridiron Queensland and all of their representative teams here in 2018 and 2019. Third down, 10 yards to go. They are inside the red zone. 2:35 remaining in the first half. Ewers looking left for Price, overthrown. Coverage is there once again by Riley Hodgson.
The play was there.
That brings up
Just
fourth down.
need to execute.
Fourth down. Well, I saw the Gold Coast Stingrays practicing field goals. Can't say I saw the same for the Thunder, and I think that's why Amanda Ewers and Liz Batu are back out there. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
You would expect them to throw, but on the last long distance, they ran that
Speed option. Let's see if they go back to it. Well, it'll be a QB lead. No, it'll be a rollout pass. And she'll hit Cubis. Can Cubis get to the end zone? She can't, but she has got the first down. 1 yard short of the end zone.
That was a great play. Great work to pick up that blitzer and extend the play.
Chip there and a good high-low read by the All-Australian wide receiver, but club quarterback Amanda Ewers.
Now
That's
you
not a
think they've got to just hand it off to Pato here.
It's a pretty easy decision from the booth anyway.
You've got 4 downs, maybe give it to her. If it doesn't work, play action.
We'll see a Marshawn Lynch situation, hey? They'll go speed option again. Ewers will keep it. This time she gets the touchdown. Thunder add to their lead. They now lead 14-6. 2-point conversion attempt to come.
I think once we come back, this will be the 2-minute warning.
Well, this is an on-time down here, so they might actually get to the kickoff, actually. 14-6, 2-point conversion to come following the Ewers rushing touchdown. That speed option, it's money right now. 3 to the left, trips left, single receiver out to the right, but 2 in the backfield. They'll roll out again, but Ewers will tuck it and run. She picks up her second conversion of the day. The Thunder extend their lead, now have a 10-point buffer over the Gold Coast Stingrays.
That was a really good read there by Amanda. Rays decided to send 4 people. Middle linebacker took herself out of the play by shooting through.
Yeah, Briscoe blitzing out left side A-gap, and they just run the opposite A-gap. Great read by Ewers. 16-6 now, with a couple ticks left before the 2-minute warning. So,
The Thunder are really starting to show that the Stingrays' kryptonite.
and it's so fascinating. I was speaking to some Stingrays players throughout the year, but you know the logic, the triangle between the Thunder, the Stingrays, the Ravens, and it seems like everyone's got the recipe to play and match up against each other a bit differently. You know, the Stingrays had yours as Hodgson. This kick goes over the top of that. I'll go back to my thoughts soon. Hodgson looking for blocks. Cuts it back now at the 30 and will get to the 30 and wrestle her way past. Keeps her legs driving. Gets this ball back to the 33.
Okay, so we have about 60 yards to go. 2 minutes.
Will be a 2-minute warning.
All their timeouts.
officials timeout, the 2-minute warning happening during that play. They're getting the official call now, 2-minute warning.
Seems like a waste of a timeout. Because it was already going to be a timeout because it was a kickoff.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. So there's a 2-minute warning. 1:57 remaining in the first half. Thunder lead 16-6. The Stingrays are on offense. They will try to tighten. Well, bring some points back here as Jensen finds some space down the left-hand side. Will be taken down by the jersey by Brandy Klukas. Just getting the ball close to the 40-yard line.
Are they not using a timeout?
No, they'll let this clock run. Let's see if they use that to set up some play action here on second down. See Mark Louie on the sideline, one of the QGO8 leaders. Lauren Evans, high snap, but she collects it nicely under pressure, rolling to her left, and she won't be able to get rid of this. She's taken down. Rochelle Ware holding her up for another sack. So second of the day.
That's a great defensive play. Although I think if the play went ahead, it would have been a flag. You can see number 42 coming across was covered up.
And the Stingrays, they take a timeout now. That's their first timeout of the half. They use that with 53.4 seconds remaining in the half.
It's still plenty of time, but they need to get this first down.
And there's the crowd here for the opening game here at Sunshine Coast Stadium. The lovely Sunshine Coast Council helping out the Sunshine Coast Spartans, who've been lobbying to get some playoff football up here and broadcasted here for many years now. This has been a project for particularly Ben Goff, has been his baby for the last couple of years, really, and he's finally see it come to life. And I'll tell you what, I've been taking a walk through downstairs during the pre-game through the sheds and whatnot, and it's got some great amenities and great facilities here at the Sunshine Coast Stadium, the home of the Sunshine Coast Falcons, who play in the Intrust Super Cup.
Yeah, I have to be honest, when we see the semi-finals are up here, we all kind of go, but now you come here and I'm like, no, it's definitely worth the drive.
Over 2 days as well. I'll tell you what, Ben Goff and the Sunshine Coast Spartans have been selling this for many years, and I'm starting to see why. Evans, she's got two back, she's got him offside. I'm very surprised they didn't let her run, but I guess she did touch an offensive lineman, so they'll get the 5-yard encroachment penalty.
A bit of luck going their way.
Prior to the snap, offsides by contact. Number 12 of the defense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That shortens down the third down situation, adds another route in to be covered. Now you can have an intermediate route into the play call. Brewer and Doggy in at tight end. And they'll throw to... Oh, what a grab by Hodgson, and she's on the run, takes this inside the 40. They are now inside Thunder territory. Hodgson picks up another great catch over the middle.
She's got amazing hands. I think most of other receivers wouldn't have caught that one. And then to make extra yards, great player.
Sometimes it almost feels like she makes more catches in traffic than she does uncovered.
It does, actually.
Clock still running. The Stingrays still have 2 timeouts in their pocket. Evans looking for Hodgson again. This is off their hands. The contact made there by Floridus. It's good to break up the pass.
Yeah, the slant worked in that last play, went back to it. Better coverage.
Well, the slant is, by no surprise, one of the pet plays for Hodgson, as we see another timeout be taken by the Stingrays here.
They also have a bit of a slant and go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Are they setting up for the double move, which we've seen already today?
That's what I'd be expecting.
So, well, they'll have a timeout to talk about it here. With 34.4 seconds remaining in the first half, the Stingrays still methodically moving down. Ball is on the 36. The Thunder 36. So second down and 10. Hodgson, the near side wide receiver, has been targeted in the last two passes. Staying in the same formation. Evans wants Hodgson again. She wants to fade. She'll get it. Hodgson will be taken down and almost losing her helmet inside the 10.
And we called it, Kenny. Slant and go.
And that was a great angle of it right there.
And another catch in traffic. Maybe if she was open, she wouldn't have caught that one.
It's a possibility. That last angle we saw was great vision of it. Gave that inside move and beat a defender to the outside. Let's take a look one more time. Break it down for a coach. Right there.
It'd be interesting to see if they would have thrown the flag for pass interference on this. It's good coverage, but her hands are all over her. Which in our game, that's only a 15-yard penalty, so it's good that she caught it.
Hausen now, he just had a word to his defense. He knows how important it is right now to keep the momentum. They will be in the lead regardless of the end result of this drive, but momentum will be on the Stingrays side.
Yeah, 25 seconds to go. No timeouts. You'd think they'd be trying to run quick outs, maybe. Try, if you don't get it in the end zone, get out of bounds.
Well, Fuller was the target last time. And let's not forget, we've been lost in Ewer's running ability. Evans loves the speed option and read option in the red zone as well.
But being tackled with no timeouts, I don't know if you'd want to risk that. Maybe that little running back run up the middle.
Well, they want Fuller. Fuller will not be able to pull this in. There was a slant to Fuller, bounces off her pads. Incomplete.
I think that's actually a better play for the Stingrays than it is the Thunder. She would have been tackled inbounds and the clock would have ran.
Only lost a couple seconds on that. Clock stopped at 17 seconds. Here in the first half. 16-6. Stingrays trying to close the gap heading into halftime. Evans looks right, goes left for Fuller. Fuller on the fade. Will Fuller get it? Yes, she does. Her second touchdown of the day. Evans to Fuller for a touchdown with 12.4 seconds remaining.
That's a good throwing catch, and that corner just looked lost on that play.
Trying to cover the Queensland wide receiver was Fereni Apineru. Beaten on that play for a touchdown. So right now it'll be conversions, the only separator between these two teams. Evans trying to make that a 2-point difference heading into the half right now. Evans, draw play, and Meadow Luano says no.
Meadow almost took the handoff.
Oh, they send blitz and they call it at the exact right time. Well, the Stingrays thought they had the draw there. The Stingrays go 0 for 2 on 2-point conversions in the first half. 16-8 the score now. With 12 seconds, the Thunder have an opportunity to maybe field this kickoff and throw a Hail Mary if they wish.
Is that the right score?
16, no, it should be 16-14.
16-12.
16-12, my apologies.
I'm not great at maths, but
There we go, they heard you, Gerard. 16-12. I think I got caught anchormanning there. So let's see how the Stingrays decide to handle this kickoff. Will they dribble along the ground and prevent a return opportunity? Back deep to return is Lisbatu, and I think that's Botel.
going on previous history, I think they'll go for field position. And then they'll come out and prove me wrong.
Fuller checking our kicking team is ready. And she'll drive this inside the hashes. Botel picks this up.
And she's running the right direction this time.
We'll come back to that later. She breaks a tackle and we'll take this out of bounds at around the 37-yard line.
That'd be a difficult decision for someone running back. You need the time, but you've got the space.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision, you're right. But yeah, Lonnie Botel, you alluded to there, was famous on GQ TV for intercepting a pass and running the wrong direction.
It's one of the highlights of the year.
She took it well. She copped it, but at the end of the day, she still picked off the pass and still managed to return it for positive yardage. So
Had a few in that game as well.
indeed, she did. Cubis now back at a quarterback. Will she look to throw long? They've got verticals on the field, looking for Ewers. It goes off the fingertips. Thurston and Fuller on the coverage.
It was a good pass. I think Amanda just might have lost it. She stuttered a little bit, and it just went over her fingertips.
I'm just trying to spy where the sun is at the moment as well. As we get closer to the middle of the day, we're actually, 6 minutes to noon right now. The sun is right above head. And, well, actually time expired on that play. So they had enough time for one Hail Mary. And that brings us to halftime, where the Griffith Uni Thunder, the second place Griffith Uni Thunder, they lead the Stingrays 16 points to 12 here in the women's semi-final. Trying to cover the Queensland wide receiver was Fereni Apineru. Beaten on that play for a touchdown. Evans, draw play, and Meadow Luano says no.
Meadow almost took the handoff.
Oh, they send blitz, and they call it at the exact right time. Well, the Stingrays thought they did. She did. Cubis now back at a quarterback. Will she look to throw long? They've got verticals on the field, looking for Ewers. It goes off the fingertips. Thurston and Fuller on the coverage. All right, coming back a little earlier than we expected.
I think
Myself and Gerard are pretending like we didn't just run up the stairs and are short of breath.
I'm not pretending.
Second half here of the 2018 SEQ Women's Division Playoffs about to kick off. Cody Fuller, ready and waiting. The Thunder, they lead the Stingrays at 16 to 12. 1 half away of returning to the Sun Bowl. Here goes Botel. Botel's found a crease and will be taken down just short of halfway. Well, let's recap the first half, Gerard, before the Thunder jump back on offense. 2 touchdowns apiece. It's just 2 unsuccessful conversions separating the Stingrays and the Thunder right now. We saw a couple of big plays as we see one of the Thunder players slow to her feet. Big plays from both teams that really got them down the field.
I think the Thunder got off to a slower start. Some nerves. There was a lot of fundamental mistakes, just handoff, things like that. But they corrected that, and I've come back strong. And also, who's going to be quarterback now?
Well, right now it's
back to
Cubis.
Cubis.
Cubis with Liz Batu, who ripped off a huge run in the first half. And they will not go back to it. Cubis will keep this and will find some space. She's got a first down. Late flags thrown back around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there was a reason she had all that space. Also, there's a block in the back, right in front of the receiver. Who's going to be quarterback though?
Women's Division Playoffs about to kick off. Cody Fuller, ready and waiting. The Thunder, they lead the Stingrays at 16 to 12. 1 half away of returning to the Sun Bowl. Here goes Botel. Botel's found a crease and will be taken down just short. There you go. Just a couple of audio issues there. And that is a block in the back penalty against the Thunder. So that'll knock down the original great run from Cubis. Covers a lot of ground with those long legs.
Yeah, she's got speed if she decides to use it.
Oh, Mandy Ewers, the other quarterback of the team. Well, they pretty much interchange at wide receiver. They'll give back to Liz now. Liz beats Mandy Porter, but then runs into another defender. Keeps fighting. She's still going. One of the more violent runners in the women's division gets forward for a couple of yards.
And then another story from the first half is just the initial tackling by the Rays. And it seems like the Thunder are just breaking that initial tackling and just getting extra yards.
Yeah, it was the two who broke a couple of yards, broke a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage in the first half. She looks like she has every intention of continuing that in the second.
Seems to be some confusion by the Thunder here.
It's lineman Hannah Wiles pointing and claiming and wanting an explanation. The Thunder will take a timeout.
It's unfortunate, it's a bit early to be...
We'll take a short ad. We'll be right back.
Omaha! Face! Julius! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue! Clear! Omaha! Then down! 50's right!
And once again, thank you for that Tribal Sport timeout. A great little ad made there from live streaming Brisbane's own Paul Mills. Second down and 14. So 3 receivers now. We've seen this formation a couple times. They will roll out that direction. Cubis will try to hit Roberts. It bounces off her hands though, and Will was looking for an intercept and won't get that.
Yeah, Roberts will be kicking herself. She was open, hit her in the hands. No excuses.
There's a couple situations. Now, Roberts and Ewers, two of the safer wide receivers in the women's division, had a couple of drop issues in week 12.
You normally don't see her drop that in traffic, though.
Yeah, she's usually a reliable possession receiver. Spread formation now. Looking left is Cuse. She wants someone over the middle. It's Lawrenson.
I'm just waiting for a flag for that. That was close.
Yeah, coverage
50-50.
too tight. And on the coverage there was rookie Serena Martin. Now, I think there might be another key loss to this Stingrays defense, who's already without Anastasia Owane. I think I saw Brittany West unkitted walking into the sheds, and she has been a solid corner on the outside, and I think that's why Cody Fuller's playing both ways, both a wide receiver and cornerback now. Tiafi Thurston is
I think the Rays were
going to be
lucky to get away with that
one.
one.
A punt here from Cubis, and that'll take a friendly bounce across the 25, and they'll mark it out right on the 25. So a strong start to the Stingrays defense to open the second half. They currently trail by 4 points, and they'll send Lauren Evans and his passing attack back on. Jensen has been reliable when she's been handed the ball as well.
Yeah, we'll see if the Rays go away from that middle run. It hasn't really been working for them. But the outside and pass game has been pretty decent.
But do you need to do it to keep the defense honest?
Not if it's working. If they decide to put people out, then run up the middle. If they don't adjust for a team that's not adjusting for you.
Fair play. Okay, a new formation now. Look at this. We've got Fuller in at a tight end position. Then we've got Mandy Porter, and now we're going to have a flag. Yeah, a bit of a heavy set out to the left. Wait for an official call here from Andrew Cavalier.
Substitution infraction on the offense, 10 on the field. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
There we go, substitution infraction. So breaking the huddle with 10 players.
It really kills your momentum when you come out with something different. The defense have to mentally adjust and then give up a little penalty like that. You're giving the defense more time to read it.
So they've got it sorted out now. So we've got a couple of linemen in there to help Jensen get things going, and she finds some space behind those linemen. So we have the sisters in Barbridge and Mandy Porter out to the left, along with Cody Fuller in tight to try and find a new way to get Jensen going.
It was a decent 5-yard run. You'd take that every time.
Well, that's exactly right. So second down and 10.
See if they go this again. I don't think they've substituted anyone back on.
They're going to go back to it. Back to Jensen they go. They run the exact same play. Jensen bounces it to the outside this time. Has got some space, uses a stiff arm and picks up the first down.
It was a great outside run.
Well, it seems academic, but walk us through what exactly is different about this formation.
Well, can't see from here, but it looks like they're trying to get more people on the outside so they can get outside hinge blocking.
Yeah, some of their stronger bodies as well. A couple of defensive linemen.
It looks very familiar, actually.
Well, this time Jensen has to bounce off one of her own blockers and will be taken down. Fantastic pursuit by the Thunder. That's Shayna Price chasing down Jensen.
Yeah, Thunder are starting to adjust now. Ran it 3 times.
Well, it's interesting. It's I think back to the men's Sun Bowl last year, Stingrays versus the Ravens, where in the second half the men's team came out with a very, very heavy run package that they used all the way to overtime to win themselves this Sun Bowl in double overtime.
Yeah, they ran that well, and the Ravens just didn't know how to adjust.
Evans back on the field in a more traditional formation for him. Fuller gets her first catch. That is not a touchdown.
Decent yards, though. Brings up a much more manageable third. And I think that's 3.
Third down and 3 indeed, or thereabouts. And one thing I still haven't spoken about is how experienced this offensive line is for the Stingrays. Plenty of state and football experienced across this line. Evans, lefty, throwing for Brewer. She picks it up, but short of a first down. She'll take the ball to halfway. Not enough to move the chains. Fourth down. Fuller looking like you're staying to the side of the huddle. Evans will run a play.
So you think they're going to punt or go for it?
Well, as I said, it's Evans calling a play here, and usually if it's a punt, Fuller's moved to the back of the huddle, so they're sending the offense out.
Lauren's going under center. Might be a bit too far away to sneak.
Well, Riley broke that huddle awfully quick, so she certainly knows this play.
Yeah.
And they will try to sneak it. They've got him offside regardless, so no matter what, they will be moving the chains.
No, that was a smart play. Come up, show the sneak, and get them caught offside. So you get a free play if you don't make it.
And as a defense, that is tough, because you know to stop the sneak, you're going to have to get a good jump.
It is frustrating.
But that's the joys of getting down to short yardage situations, right?
Yeah, if you get there, you've earned it.
Offsides. Defense, number 58. 5-yard penalty results in first down by distance.
Winner and a base. The player called off there, although I think there was more than one. She's the unlucky number to be called.
Yeah, you never want your number called for something that bad.
First down via penalty. Evans in a two-back formation. We'll give it to Jensen, who'll cross the face. She now has got plenty of room and will be taken down from behind. She is starting to get going here in the second half, but she's also looking like she's in significant pain following that run.
Yeah, the Thunder Girls were calling for a medic straight away.
Well, I'm surprised. That could be a horse collar there. Now, I don't know the exact rule, but a punter's choice says there is a possibility for it. Well, while they're looking over Jensen, we're going to take a look at her lads. We'll be back on the other side. Wasn't my cleanest intro there. Alright, we're back now. Once again, thanks to Travel Support and the coverage by live streaming Brisbane. And she's managed to walk off the field, Jensen. So she's seemingly okay. Back underway here with a second and short situation for the Stingrays.
Stingrays are doing good. A good job just controlling possession, marching the ball, with a variety of different plays as well.
Yeah, they certainly have mixed it up here in this opening drive. Evans, deep drop, looking for Hodgson. She comes back for it nicely. She's got it at the 10.
I don't know what you can
24-yard
say
grab.
so far about Hodgson. She's just catching everything, adjusting well to the ball. She's making these corners just look lost.
Not the easiest receiver to cover. Inside the red zone now, ball at the 10. First and goal. The Stingrays are putting together a nice drive. Can they cap it off with 6? Fuller, who's been red zone target twice now. She lines up out the left. They roll that direction and looking to hit her. Flags are down. Fuller drops it. Looking for a penalty. There is flags down at the 10.
And that was much better coverage that time by the Thunder. Not falling for it 3 times.
Goes back for it there, and she's trying to claim a PI, but face guarding is allowed in this league, provided you don't affect the wide receiver, or physically affect the wide receiver.
Now it looks like she just...
Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Well, there you go. Proves that I was wrong. And they'll get an extra 5 and a reset of downs.
Yeah, the corner played that well. It looked like she just read their eyes and got her hand up in between the player and the ball.
Jensen in the backfield. Brewer at tight end. Dog at slot. Evans looking to pass, looking for Hodgson. Double coverage. Can't quite get it. Hodgson wants a penalty on Florida. She won't get it.
Now that was just good defense. She went for the ball. Eyes were on the ball the whole time. 50-50.
Second down and goal. As we come back to live now. Spent a long time communicating this plane to Evans. So we might have lost contact with our official, but let's See if we can spot it here. It's possible roughing. Was there roughing in the backfield?
I haven't seen a flag.
Oh, there it is.
After review, pass interference, 95 on the defense, half distance to the goal, replay, automatic, first down.
All right, I'm just getting a call here. That was a call from the booth official who who in the playoffs has the ability to check over certain players. That was one of them, and they've just deemed that as a pass interference.
Interesting decision to turn it over. You have to have indisputable evidence.
Well, there it is in practice.
I might be biased because I'm a corner.
So an overturned decision from our booth review. Evans rolling out to our left, looking for Hodgson. Hatter couldn't quite get that ball down. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Riley got herself open pretty well there. Just a little bit too high. It was on Lauren's good side as well for a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah, for a left-handed quarterback. She's actually been forced to roll out to her offhand a lot, particularly late in the season, and she's really got the whole throwing to your opposite side down pat.
Yeah, most of those balls have been on the money. That was probably just too easy for her.
Well, they've got plenty of space to Fuller now, who's really owned that left corner of the end zone. She'll look for Hodgson though, and this pass is broken up by Floridis again. No penalty on that one. Brings up 3rd and goal. Could the Thunder put up a goal line stand here? 2 more plays.
No flags, no reviews on that one? Nope. It looked good from up
That
here.
was just solid defense from our viewpoint, it looked like. And now the Stingrays are going to take a timeout here and try to get this right.
Well, while we're in this timeout,
And we'll get to those thoughts in a second, Gerard. Take a short break. Be back shortly.
Hello, Paul Mills, live streaming Brisbane.
Yes, hello. Do you only do live streaming?
No, we do all sorts of video production, from television commercials through to corporate videos. We even teach students how to film and edit. We've got 17 years worth of television production, from programs to series to websites to social media.
But you only work in Brisbane?
No, we don't just work in Brisbane. We actually travel all over Australia, and in the last few years we've worked in Perth and Sydney, Melbourne, Darwin, Adelaide, Toowoomba, Gold Coast, as well as Brisbane. Our equipment is very portable.
So what genius came up with your dumb name then?
And we're back, and once again, thanks to live streaming Brisbane for the coverage of the playoffs and Sun Bowl here in 2018.
and back to my question I had before that ad break. With the review, I know the head coaches have red flags that they can throw, but was there a red flag thrown on that one? I didn't see it, or was that just a booth?
That was a booth review.
So we can just review any play at any time?
And we'll get confirmation on that very shortly. Evans looking for Fuller again. It will go one-on-one to Fuller. Fuller will fight for it. Incomplete. Flags are down at the line of scrimmage.
Coverage on that side is getting better this last couple of plays.
This can only go to the well so many times. Price on the coverage. One clarification there is that the booth has a call on anything that would result in a 15-yard penalty.
Thanks for confirming.
Number 13.
Fortunately, I missed the call there. We lost our audio there, but it was on number 13, the only one of which is Riley Hodgson.
And it was declined.
An illegal motion. The Thunder declined. Took him to 4th down. Will Evans try to sneak this? She's got him offside again. Another fresh set of downs.
I'm surprised the Thunder didn't see that one coming.
But is it one of those scenarios that you've got to bite when they're that close?
I don't know if you have to. Just watch the ball.
Oh, that time was false start.
Oh.
The receiver's jumping offside there.
It's interesting it was a receiver false starting because it looked like it was probably going to be a run.
So, this has been a long stint in the red zone for the Gold Coast Stingrays. 4th down now and goal. That penalty brings them back down to the 7. And they'll give this. No, it'll be a play action pass over the middle, picked off on the goal line by Price, who almost has that ball ripped off her. The Thunder take the ball away, but they will start their drive on their own too.
She's kind of made it hard on her own team. It was 4th down, and she's caught it on the 1 yard line. If she batted it down, would have gave her offense a bit more space.
Exactly right. It's one of those decisions where you probably would have been better off just batting the ball down.
You would, but on that, at least she didn't give up the touchdown.
This won't be the first time the Thunder have been forced to work from deep inside their own territory. Their second drive, they started on their own 5 thanks to a fuller punt. This one, well, they've outdone themselves. They're starting on their own 2. Cubis will hand this off to Batu, who's got plenty of space. Breaks the tackle and runs over Hodgson, who takes her down. She takes it all the way to the 15. And no dramas for the Thunder, handling it from deep in their own territory that time.
It was great work getting off their own goal line. They've got a long drive ahead of them. And with fuel prices, this would be about a $20 drive.
Nice one, Gerard. Just looking at it there, the blocking, they really sealed the inside. As we're back, Cubis is the quarterback still. She's looking to her left, throwing to the hitch route to Ewers. She's got her. Ewers takes it out of bounds around the 25-yard line.
It's a nice little play and catch there. Cubis is so composed in the pocket. It looks like she's got all day.
And time, oh no, we had a timeout for a second. Cubis with 2 receivers to her left. Ewers and Roberts. Takes a deep drop here, looking to the hitch again, and this time it's forced incomplete by Riley Hodgson.
I don't think that was Cubis' first read that time, but the blitz had to get a check off. Gave more time for the coverage. Good work, Riley, getting there and breaking up the play.
Well, is this worth considering? We're towards the back end of the 3rd now. Both starting wide receivers, Hodgson and Fuller, are playing both ways. In this heat, I know it's only about 25 degrees, but that can take it out of you. The 4th quarter, are they going to have any gas left? As we see a run play here, Batu. She bounces off a tackler. Still going. Breaking through the rest of the Columbia Blue. Eventually taken down for one of the toughest 6-yard gains you will see.
Another story of the first half is just Liz Patu just making 1, 2, 3, 4 players miss.
Wow.
I'd love to see if we had the stat yards after first hit.
Yards after contact, absolutely. 3rd down situation, 3 yards to go. 2. Will they give it to her again? Yes, they will, quite awkwardly, albeit. She'll have to wrestle for more. She's going to be stopped just short. Has she? No, I think she's might have found her way past the marker. Yes, she has. Some more tough yards by Liz Patu.
She's running it like she just wants it.
Well, Liz, she was one of the key attackers against you last year in the Sun Bowl. Certainly wants to get back and get another opportunity to take down you and your Ravens.
I'm sure she would love that. Playing pretty well in this game.
Time will expire. There is one more quarter left in this playoff game. This halftime score is unchanged. The Thunder lead the Stingrays 16 points to 12. The Stingrays had a drive that took them all the way down to the Thunder 1 before the ball was taken away by Shayna Price. As we move to the fourth quarter.
And as we thought this match would go, it would come down to the fourth quarter. It's been a good, tough game. Semi-playoff style football.
16-12 at the end of the third. 8 minutes remaining for one of these two teams. Only 4 points the difference right now.
And like you were saying, this could come down to attrition. Who's got the legs?
It's my concern. Right now there are more numbers on that Thunder bench.
They have taken Cody off though, resting her for offense because they know they need the offense.
Yeah, now Mika Doggie's going to continue to play some corner. And here goes Patu again, slicing through the middle of the Stingrays defense, spinning out of the Thurston tackle, and eventually taken down by Martin at the Stingrays 32-yard line.
The Stingrays tackling's really let them down in this game so far. Apart from a couple of those ankle taps that are really good on Liz Patu.
Yeah, you're right. Probably boss some of those Barbarich tackles at the line of scrimmage. I'd be willing to back that Liz has probably broken every first tackle she's been involved in. 4 on the line for the Stingrays. Cubis looking for Lawrenson. Too high. 2nd and 10 upcoming following that incompletion.
Cubis is still in at quarterback. It'd be interesting to know what their plan was with that. Do they have set amount of reps with Amanda or Cubis? Or is it just whatever down and distances?
Are they playing it by ear? 3 receivers, trips left. Lawrenson alone on the right, but it's Patu. Her responsibility again to truck this ball forward. She'll pick up 8 yards or so.
Much better job in tackling there, but she's quite tall. Fell forward for another 2 or 3 yards.
It's Brewer taking her there by the knees. 3rd down and 2. Spread formation. Ewers out to the far side on the left. That's the way Cubis will look initially. Now she's looking for Lawrenson on the slant. She had her open. And unfortunately can't connect. That'll bring up 4th down. The Stingrays have an opportunity to get this ball back.
Cubis is not going to be happy with herself in that. So we're definitely in 4th down territory. They're not going to punt from here. Do you think they go back to the air? Or hand off to...
Well, we're inside the 4th. It is on 4th down though. So you play the distance and what will get you there. The clock will stop regardless at the end of this play. Because time is quickly becoming a factor for the Stingrays.
Their most successful play so far has been the speed option.
And that's when Ewers was on the field.
But, yeah.
So give to Liz, and Liz stopped in the backfield by Barbrich. Her third stop on Liz Patu.
Barbie seems to be the Liz Patu stopper. Great play.
A huge play on 4th down. That'll send the Stingrays offense back out. So, Liz doesn't seem too disappointed. She's ready to go back out if necessary. 1st and 10, sorry, for the Stingrays with 6:37 left in the game. They trail by 4. 16-12. Evans will give to Jensen. No, she'll keep it. She'll take it herself, use her stiff arm to get forward, but Klukas, her Queensland teammate, stops her around the line of scrimmage.
That's great stop by Kurbis. Really good read by Lauren there. Massive over pursuit by that outside linebacker. Great decision to keep it.
Good enough to pick up about 3 yards. 6:12 remaining. Fuller's back on the field on offense. And this time they'll give to Brewer on the end around. The Thunder are awake to it though. Keep it to a minimal gain. Klukas again in on the stop.
They're getting some plays off for positive yards, but just not what they need. Still have Riley on playing both ways. It'd be interesting if they rest her next defensive series, as Cody was rested.
They might need to. She's been one of their best players all year. Is nominated for an offensive MVP award, as is Evans, number 7 here, quarterback for the Gold Coast Stingrays. Lauren looking right, looking for Hodgson. Hodgson with Florida's draped on her, falls incomplete, and now she's pulled up a bit gingerly.
Yeah, she's went with her more reliable target, just slightly off.
Well, that brings up 4th down and a very difficult decision here for Christine Schultz, the head coach of the Gold Coast Stingrays. And, well, Evans is still at the head of that huddle. They're going for it.
And at this position as well, they can hard count it. If they manage to get them offside, that'll be a 1st down again. It's worked for them.
Dougie and Brewer in tight as tight ends. Fuller near side wide receiver. Evans looking for Hodgson, is forced to at the left and will have to take a sack here. Rochelle Ware with her 3rd, along with Meadow Luano and Pukakala. 4th down stop by the Thunder.
That was just good coverage by the Thunder. You can see Lauren didn't have her first read. Had to scramble.
And we've got an injured play now. I think it's Rochelle Ware. Well, under 5 minutes now. As Rochelle gets looked over. We'll take a short break here as the play gets looked after.
Omaha! Face! Period! Blue 20! 50's right. Blue! Clear! Omaha! Then down! 50's right!
And back as Rochelle Ware is taken off the field and tended to now.
The Thunder have great field position and time.
Indeed. They'll be looking to drain some clock as they change quarterback again. Ewers is back and she's keeping it on this play and will take this ball up to the 20-yard line.
So they've kept it on the ground, keep the clock running, get some positive yards. I think if they score on this drive, it's going to make it really hard for the Rays to come back. They're not just playing the Thunder now, they're playing the timekeeper.
Exactly right. If they can score, and not only that, take off some solid clock, that could be curtains for the Gold Coast Stingrays. 3 receivers now. Lawrence on the near side. They'll give to Liz again. She's been the workhorse for him today. She once again breaks out of the first contact and drives her way forward to the 15.
Yeah, just keeping it simple now. You're getting positive yards. It's a first down again. They keep possession. March it down. Take the clock away. Score a touchdown. That would be a perfect scenario right now for the Thunder.
Especially if they manage to take it anywhere close to the 2-minute warning. The Thunder in control of their destiny right now. Trying to book a date with the Bayside Ravens. Amanda Ewers, speed option. Will she pitch it? She'll fake it. She'll take it herself. And take this inside the 10 as she lost the ball. She has! She's turned the ball over and I see Ella Briscoe coming away with it. They needed a clutch play and Gold Coast has delivered.
Can't really see from that replay, but did the ball come out before she hit the ground? This is a better angle.
We can't get who lays the hit. It's recovered by Briscoe. It could actually be. Well, it's a combination of Thurston and Hodgson.
It looks like Tiafi wrapped up and Hodgson stripped the ball.
She's doing everything she can to keep her team in this, including forcing fumbles now.
Well, it was a smart play for the Thunder to go back to their most successful play. But I think Amanda just needed to tuck it and run when she made that decision. She was still kind of carrying it like the pitch was an option.
Oh, and we're going to get a false start here. And they'll lose half distance to the Gold Coast Stingrays. This is well and truly still a ball game. 3 minutes 40. I know there's a lot of field to cover, but with this passing attack for the Stingrays.
Well, with the speed of Riley.
The goal remains first down.
As we see the penalty be called there. You were saying, sorry.
When you've got the speed of Riley and she's taken those short passes, she could take one the whole way.
Especially with some of the double moves she's been pulling off. Fuller as well, who was rested a couple of drives ago. She might be feeling fresh too. Evans inside her own end zone. Looking for the slants. She's hit as she's thrown. Incomplete, trying to find Fuller over the middle.
I think at the end that was just a good pass just to get it away. If she had taken that sack, that would have been another 2 points. And possession would have went back to the Thunder.
Second down. Double sticks. Ball is on the Stingrays 3.
I think this is the worst field position they've had today. It's been the Thunder who had to start in their own end zone last 2 times.
Exactly right. Second and 13. Evans looking for the quick pass. I might think there was a misread there. Fuller wasn't looking for it.
I think she just had to get that ball out of her hands very quickly.
Well, that'll bring up third down now.
Interesting going with 2 pass plays though.
Well, they've gone 2 slant plays now. We saw what happened last time they ran 2 consecutive slants.
Are you calling it? You think it's another sluggo? I don't think so. That's too long in the pocket for a sluggo here. Let's see.
3 receivers now. Briscoe now in on offense. She's in a tight end. And she'll throw short here for Jensen. Jensen in the flat. She's got a lot of work to do. She'll fight hard for it. She won't get the first, but she's made up a lot of ground. And that'll make it a lot easier for them on 4th down. 3:14 remaining. Clock running.
It was a good play call though. If you're not going to run the ball, they just took the corner away with the threat of Riley and dumped it off underneath.
Intruders 2 down territory. Here they come now.
This is pretty much it. If they don't get the first down here, they are in trouble.
Well, yeah, they're only down to 2 timeouts, so the logic is there.
This is for the biscuits.
They're in a lot of trouble if they can't convert. 2 backs here. Briscoe in at fullback now. This play will be called dead. I think there's a false start.
It's a false start or delay a game?
Take a look at the line here. Oh, false start or... Well, we didn't get that. We're getting for an official call. A delay a game on offense there. Well, this just became a whole lot more difficult for the Stingrays.
That was the last thing that they needed. They've pretty much almost taken out a run territory, and they may have to pass.
Well, it's hard. This is where you've got to keep thinking ahead of time, because you're trying to find the exact right play, and if you second guess yourself, that's the extra time that can really send you into that territory if you give up penalties. Play action here for Evans. She'll hit Dougie. Short, incomplete. The Thunder now really in the driver's seat. A turnover on downs. 2:33 remaining.
So it's really good defense there. I don't know why they didn't run the ball a little bit on the raise. Maybe they're too concerned about the clock.
And all they tried, and all they can hope now is their defense can come away with another huge stop.
Another turnover would be what they're after here. They didn't make them pay for that last one.
Well, they can stop the clock here. They've got 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. They can still give themselves a decent shot here. 2 back set. They're going to give it now. No, it'll be a keeper for Ewers. The pitch hits the ground. Patu will have to dive on this. And, well, there's a play. There's a positive play for the Stingrays. This ball falls all the way back down to the 20.
We may have jinxed them a bit by calling that speed option their best play. Last 2 times they've run it, turnover and a loss of about 10 yards.
Huge loss on that play. And that's the official 2-minute warning. The Stingrays now with 2 timeouts need 2 huge stops here. And they'll fake it once again. Ewers will keep it. She's found a hole. We'll take it down and we'll sit at the 12. I'm sure we'll see a quick timeout here by the Stingrays.
And you can see Ewers, as soon as she gets through that second line, she's tucking that ball. She's not making that mistake again.
And there's a timeout called with 1:39 remaining on the clock. They have 1 timeout remaining. It's 3rd down.
Omaha! Face! Period. Blue 20! 50's right. Blue, clear! Omaha! Then down! 50's right!
And we're back now. Both teams still in the second of 3 timeouts for the Stingrays. And there's more of the crowd. There's actually a lot of Birdtown rolling in. A couple of your players now, actually. I see Christy Moran. I see Rosie Shelton. B. Clement. A couple of the Stingrays women's side scouting out their future opponent. Yet to be decided.
And I'm sure they're not disappointed with this game.
3rd down now. The Stingrays in a decent position here to give themselves an opportunity to snake this game late. They're still not dead in the water. Speed option. They take her down. They'll be calling a timeout immediately. And there it is. So, well, the Thunder, they really do have an opportunity to put this game out of reach now.
A bit of a distance to go, and that was Stingrays technically their last time out, but being fourth down and knowing the Thunder's going to go for it, there'll be a timeout on the change of possession if they don't get it. But a long way to go.
Indeed. Now, if you're watching the NFL, this would usually be a field goal, but they've got players who are paid to practice that 5 times a week.
We have some decent kickers in this league, but I don't think it's really the kicking that's the issue. You need the O-line to block, you need the snap, you need the holder to catch the ball, get the ball down. That's a lot of practice.
Especially when most teams only have about 4 hours a week to practice.
Exactly.
So this has become the most important play of the women's season so far. Can the Stingrays give themselves another opportunity? They hand it off to Batu. Batu's breaking tackles, and Fuller eventually takes her down, as does Ella Briscoe, and they've turned the ball back to their offense. The Thunder defense will need one more stop. They will need to turn back Lauren Evans and this Stingrays offense one more time to book themselves a match with the Ravens in the 2018 Sun Bowl.
This is getting pretty exciting, Kenny.
Well, we're both standing now.
When you look at the Rays offense, every play could be a touchdown. They've got big play potential.
Absolutely have big play potential for Evans. And we're seeing a challenge flag be thrown out here by Kellhausen.
What could possibly be challenged?
He's obviously looking for some sort of penalty. Face mask or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Are those challengeable?
Well, they're resulting 15-yarders. I can't see anything on that there. By all means, Kel could just be throwing it for the sake of trying to find something. That's a pretty big shot there from Fuller, actually. We've got the review booth next to us. See if they can relay something into us shortly. Well, I think they've tried, and a booth here they were challenging the down, whether it was fourth down or not. Now, naturally, they've lost that, and that's cost them a timeout. So the Thunder now down to one timeout. Evans with one of the biggest drives of her career. She'll be taken down by Puka Kala.
Now, Rays need to be huddling back to the huddle.
1:14 and ticking. That's the Thunder's 4th sack of the game.
Time's going. Just clock the ball. Taking way too long getting back to the huddle and calling plays.
Evans takes some snap quickly, looking for a short pass to Brewer. She's got it. Cuts it back inside. They're going to need to get back and try to clock this. It's inside a minute, 48 seconds and counting.
Rays
They've
need to
got no
hustle.
timeouts. And they're still huddling. 37 seconds now.
They just need to get some go-to plays and just no huddle.
Inside
Time
30
is not on their
seconds.
side. They're
Dutraban's telling her DBs to get back. She's under pressure. Evans gets this ball out and stops the clock. She might be pinned for intentional grounding.
And would that be a 10-second runoff of the clock? Gary?
Very well could be. See if we've got referee audio here.
Intentional grounding on the offense. Half distance to the goal. Also, loss of down.
Loss of down. Half distance.
But more importantly, is this a loss of 10 seconds? Offensive penalty?
Doesn't. Yep, 10-second runoff.
10-second
confirmed.
runoff, which is,
No,
I think,
no
the...
10-second runoff.
No?
So 18.9 seconds. With virtually the entire field to go. Fourth down, this is it. Evans hurls it long, looking for a penalty. She won't get it. Yes, she will!
Yeah, you'd take that penalty, though. 15 yards.
15 yards, you're probably not wrong.
Take 15-yard penalties all the way down the field.
The Stingrays have bought themselves another play. With a pass interference against or on Riley Hodgson. He was fighting hard to get back inside.
Pass interference. Defense, number 95. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down by penalty.
Floridus gives up the pass interference on that play. That moves the Stingrays 15 yards forward.
That's the threat that Riley has, though. She can go deep, so you can give her the cushion, but if she catches it, she'll make you miss as well.
They'll need to do it here. 12.7 seconds remaining. Price on Fuller. Floridus on Hodgson. They'll go for Fuller. Fuller's got it. Fuller had it. And lost it. At halfway. 7.5 seconds remaining.
It was decent coverage there, just put her off.
This play.
This could probably be the final play. I don't think they'll get a time for another play after this.
And we're getting a possible review here. And we've got an official's timeout here for a potential review. Doesn't look like anything will be called. Second down, but more importantly, 7.3 seconds remaining. In this game.
After review, there is no foul for defensive pass interference.
There it is. No foul confirmed. Ball is on the 18. Inside their own 20. Ken Evans pulled a rabbit out of her hat. Looking for Fuller, overthrown. 3.4 seconds remaining. One last play. Failing fouls.
Okay, one more play. Let's see if the Thunder have been playing Madden. This is where you go 3 high.
4 high even. Evans will have to put everything she can behind this throw, or she'll throw short and hope that maybe you can play some backyard football and hope a miracle can come from it.
You'd think she'd have to throw it to Hodgson there. You've got your season on the line.
If nothing else, try to get that pass interference call. Evans looking for Fuller. It'll be thrown through it. It'll be picked off. The game's over. Price has sent the Thunder to the Sun Bowl. They will be taking on the Bayside Ravens in a Sun Bowl rematch at East Leagues in 2 weeks' time.
I'm in shock. What a game.
And look at them break off the sideline. Well, coach, you've got your opposition. The Thunder have defeated the Gold Coast Stingrays by the score 16 points to 14.
So I guess it's going to be a replay of last Sun Bowl.
Indeed it will be. The score remains unchanged to halftime. There were no points scored in the second half. And well, we've got our score constantly changing on the screen, but the final score was 16 points to 14. And the Thunder, well, mate, if it hasn't been made public, mate, they'll be trying to upset your last game after you announce your retirement. Last game to your team.
Yeah, I'd like to go out in a high. Another Sun Bowl. But yeah, we know what we've got now. We've been working hard.
Let's have a quick wrap up, mate. Obviously that game went down to the final play of the game, really. Both teams scoring the 2 touchdowns, the 2-point conversions were the difference between these two teams. The Stingrays gave it everything they had, and the Thunder, behind a running game in the second half, managed to control it.
The Rays really stepped it up on defense in that fourth quarter. Then they needed it. They got the turnover. They just couldn't. No field position. Couldn't convert. Went back and forth. It was a very good fourth quarter.
Well, there's the first of 3 games today. It has been decided. It will be the Griffith Uni Thunder taking on the Bayside Ravens in the Sun Bowl upcoming. And that'll be taking place on the 10th of November. Sorry, that is today. Upcoming, the 2 p.m. men's division between the second place Bayside Ravens taking on the third place Griffith Uni Thunder. And then after that, at 5 o'clock, we'll be seeing the undefeated Brisbane Rhinos taking on the reigning champions, the Gold Coast Stingrays. See if they can pull off one of the biggest upsets in memory.
It's interesting going into this with Stingrays, such massive underdogs.
It's unusual for everyone, I'm absolutely sure. Well, what a fantastic game we have been treated to start our playoffs here in 2018. Gerard Fitzpatrick, thank you for your company, mate. Thanks to everyone to tuning in, and we hope you stick through us throughout the weekend. We've got plenty more GQ action upcoming.